गोइंग लाइव रुको।
अबे अब अब पेज खोल के देखो ना एक बार, हमारे पेज पे हो रहा है लाइव में।
Sorry.
अभी यहाँ पे ठीक से नहीं लोड हो रहा है, इसका वीडियो हैंग कर रहा है, इसमें
उसका भी हैंग कर रहा है।
Satish, I think we are good to go.
भैया
Just give me 2 seconds. Just give me 2 seconds. Sure. Before that, guys, I really appreciate your time and efforts. Putting whole day to come here and give your participation. Now coming to the motion, a few general information.
भैया
This house regrets
please
the India
you announce the
Pakistan
motion
cricket match.
after we live stream, no? ये क्या हो रहा है?
Achha, I think Pratish, your mic is on. While they fix that, let me just give you this house regrets. I think most of you have any questions about how this house regrets notion works, or any queries before you move to the to the competition. You have any problem? Any questions, guys?
5 GHz से कनेक्ट कर ओके, अच्छा से चले। एक बार रिफ्रेश करेगा जो पेज,
रिफ्रेश करने से उड़ जाएगा पूरा, बंद हो जाएगा। इसको ऐसे करना पड़ेगा, अब नेट ही नहीं चल रहा। अरे सुनो ना, मैं भी पहले नेट नहीं था। अरे सब
अबे इसका ठीक है, ये ठीक है ना? मेरा जो वीडियो है।
So you have any questions regarding this house regrets motion? Any doubts, so that you don't face any problem during your competition?
No questions, bhaiya.
Okay, fine. I really appreciate that.
Yes, we can start. We are good.
Okay, good to go. Fine. So guys, welcome to the quarterfinals of the AXIOM 2022 first edition. I really appreciate your participation and time given into today's tournament. Now, for today's motion, we have this house regrets the India-Pakistan match high. Without much delay, I'd like to call first slot, where we have Janvi for favor of the motion and Ayush Rathore for against of the motion. I welcome Janvi to the mic.
Hi, thank you for having me. Okay, my voice is in. Okay, so Janvi, 4th year biotechnology engineering, and my preferred pronouns are she and them, so you can refer to me like that. And I'll be talking for the motion, so you can start the timer whenever you want. Okay. India Pakistan. Oh, India and Pakistan. It's an emotion, isn't it? I honestly don't like cricket, personal opinion, but if it's a match between India and Pakistan, nobody is going to move me away from the TV. So yeah, even I'm guilty of the emotion that I'm going to talk in favor of. But then think about it. Why do people do it? Why did I do it? Well, to put it bluntly, India and Pakistan are not the greatest of buddies. We're usually on crossroads most of the times, and we usually disagree more than a couple in a sour marriage. So no one can deny the obvious political tensions between these countries. And we, as members of one side in this situation, usually end up bringing a lot of emotion into a game, a place where such types of emotions play no role. We need to remember that both teams are under the ICC, which stands for International Cricket Council, which means that the rest of the world does not give does not particularly care about the political rivalry between these two countries. The overhype is purely emotional, an egoistic urge to defeat the team that has nothing to do with the politics between these two countries. This ego prevents us from enjoying the game that India loves the most. It prevents us from innocently spectating an event because we're too busy channeling unrequited rage that holds roots outside this game. Cricket, or any sport for that matter, is a peaceful event, an olive branch of but when it comes to Pakistan, we somehow see this olive branch. What olive branch? We are instead busy fighting a war that doesn't involve ammunition or guns or bombs, a war on the pitch. What do you think this promotes? You know what this promotes? It promotes unnecessary divide. It pushes away any chances of reconciliation between two parties because the citizens to whom this game of cricket is so easily available, so easily accessible, are so emotionally involved within this game that any reconciliation on any stage, let alone the game or a political front, just seems way too impossible. They are against the idea, the mere idea even. The environment is almost feverish, and not a good feverish, might I add. But we need to remember that our actions will influence the younger generation. We are unintentionally instilling hate, or should I say dislike, if I were to use like a milder, gentler word. The most important aspect, sportsmanship. Not showing equal hype for any other similar event even instills this feeling within the players, which is not the textbook definition, probably, of sportsmanship. Assume if your fans take your defeat against one particular team way too personally, then you are in a way psychologically or emotionally forced to have emotions within that game that differ to your emotions when playing against somebody else. You have that unrequited pressure to win, an excessive amount of pressure might have. Also, fights, fights between supporters, fights that break curtains. I mean, you support your country, the other support their country. Why are we fighting? Why are we fighting? Why is there a display of uncivilized behavior? Not at all required. Just because someone does not support the team or the players that you support does not mean you have to fight them physically. No, that is not required. Sports is a pure event. Cricket is our country's lifeline, even India's favorite game. We remember to keep it as such. Such emotions, such violence, all of these result in the overhype that happens between the games. There is no fun, there is no excitement in the overhype. We are purely watching an India-Pakistan overhyped match to make sure that we are channeling all the vibes so that India wins. Even if it doesn't matter, even if it doesn't logically make sense, that is what we are hoping for. Sports, especially cricket, is created for our enjoyment, and bringing in feelings of hatred or ego is not only disrespecting the game, but it's also ruining the entire experience of having fun of that game. A competitive nature is appreciated. It's necessary even. Otherwise, you're competing against the group. It is necessary. But as fans of the game, we need to learn where to draw the line. Because unnecessary overhyped events, not just in cricket, but anywhere generally, do not have a good outcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Janvi. I'd like to call upon Ayush Rathod for against the motion.
Can I get 10 to 15 seconds to just summarize and set up my audio? 1 second, please. Okay, I hope I'm audible and clear. Can some jury member or moderator check? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so I will start with introduction. Then please the moderator equity team note down to start the timer when I say. So, good evening, educators, chairmen, moderators who are working tirelessly today, and distinguished participants who have reached the quarterfinal levels here. I'm Mavish Rathod, student of second year CSE branch with the registered USN of 1MV21CS017. Moderators or equity team, please note down that I'll be starting in 3, 2, 1. So today's motion is this house regrets the India-Pakistan cricket match hype. Now, India versus Pakistan. Now, this is something which has led to self-esteem battles across various fields, from diplomacy to youth boomies or battle zones, as we say, right from the school years itself, where it has been fueled by the frustration of partition or valor stories from the past battle. Now, please understand, panel, please understand, like this rivalry cannot be continued in the form of wars again. So, how can we use this rivalry in a positive manner? Yes, India versus Pakistan cricket match. Now, I will just lay down some supporting points as to why hyping or promoting this match should be done. First of all, revenue. Recently, you might have heard that latest match of India versus Pakistan generated 1.8 crore viewership for a single match. Now, that is more than the population of countries such as Syria or Netherlands. Now, imagine the amount of revenue that it will generate from ticket sales to jerseys to, the banners, everything. Also note that these matches are also broadcasted in INX and PVR cinemas. It was also noted that advertisements related to these matches generated approx 1 crore in this recent match itself. Approx 1 crore for 1 minute of advertisement. 1 crore for 1 minute. That's right. Imagine the scope of promotion of such matches economically. Now, unity across borders. Of course, these matches are, as my opponent said, these matches increase hatred and are filled with edgy memes sometimes. But at last, everyone comes to watch it for entertainment after forgetting everything because it's a sport. We all saw people dancing together after India versus Pakistan match in Australia on the song Kasuri, regardless of whatever country they were from. Now, diplomatic reasons. Many a times, India versus Pakistan used to be hosted in either of these countries, right? Earlier. Now it's neutral countries such as the United Arab Emirates, etc. But earlier, when it used to be hosted in the India or Pakistan, fans from either of these countries used to go and visit that particular venue, and they had a sense of security. Like, okay, this, our arch rival isn't that bad in terms of security. We can go and safely visit. Also note that leaders of these countries have visited on such occasions too, increasing the soft power ties as well as enhancing the diplomatic reasons. Fourth reason, it's a sport after all. Now, cricket is something that both countries excel at. We can all agree. Both countries come in top tier rankings. When Azam and Virat Kohli come together in 100 meters of radius, it's just, across all newspapers. Also, we all enjoy particular moments such as Virat Kohli's knock against Pakistan, or let's say Fakhr Azam's knock in 2020 in Champions Trophy, which led to India getting knocked out of the championship. So it's a sport after all. Promotion of these sports doesn't lead to any. It's a sport after all. It doesn't lead to any war. Now, rebuttals. See, first of all, my opponent come and said that these promotes political issues or hatred. Now, please listen. Please note that this is a sport after all. This is not a war zone. Okay, so promotion of no one comes here with the hatred in mind. Like, okay, I'm going to defeat India or Pakistan. Everyone is treated equally. We can see with the example of Virat Kohli going and greeting the Afridi, a fast bowler who was injured in this previous match. Now, he didn't take T20 match. Panel, I want to end it by saying there is nothing wrong in hyping such events. It has also happened for Ashes in England versus Australia. It also happens for El Clasico, Real Madrid versus Barcelona, where both of these clubs represent some political issues, but at last they come together as a sport. Thank you so much for the time, panel. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ayush Rathore. Next slot we have Ayush Kaushik and Rishabh Kumar. Ayush Kaushik for favor of the motion, and Rishabh Kumar for against the motion. Ayush Kaushik, are you there? Yeah,
Yes,
I
yes,
can
here
see
I
you.
am. Yes, yes, here I am.
Ayush Kaushik, whenever you are ready. Give me a minute. Yes, Ayush, you can continue.
ठीक है, तुमको भी नहीं बोलना है, तुमको भी नहीं बोलना, उसका भी है, बार म्यूट करते हैं।
Can I?
नहीं सर, चाहते हैं सुनना,
Yes, Ayush. Now you can proceed.
ना ना तुम।
Okay. So, this is Ayush Kaushik. And good evening to all the jury members and moderators. I feel grateful to you all for showing such a confidence in me. Respected panel, as the motion states that I regret on the extra hype created around the India and Pakistan match. I feel that the hype created around India and Pakistan match is unnecessary and bogus. I would like to prove my statement to the honorable panel on the grounds of the point I am going to state further. Very first, why did I say that the hype created around India and Pakistan is completely bogus and not genuine? Before explaining you this, I would like you all to recall other such hype matches, or let me rather say other clásicos. Okay, let me do it for you. Barcelona versus Real Madrid, Mumbai Indians versus Chennai Super Kings, the Ashes, and other such rivalries, if you can recall. What are the bases of these hypes around these rivalries? It is purely and purely the quality of the game where both the teams you see these are the matches against two superstars with great and great fan followings. Okay, now I think I have set a platform for you to look at India and Pakistan from third eye view rather than Indian Pakistani cricket enthusiast. Can you spot the difference? Where those rivalries has purely a sporting reason, India versus Pakistan has a reason that we generally call as militant nationalism. So if you judge on those motivations, India and Australia has to be a bigger hype. But the hype around these matches is not because these both countries are best cricket playing nations. I guess India is. Can't say about the other side. Anyways, but because of the hatred and agony both nations have with each other. The public of the countries do not consider a cricket match to win. Rather, they try to settle down their border disputes by the means of these 22 young athletes. I believe that border disputes and your prolonged historical mismanagement is not a thing that has to be brought to the ground. Let us consider it as a sporting tournament and not a battlefield or a round table conference to settle down your disputes. As a sporting enthusiast, I lay emphasis on the statement the sporting tournament should purely be hyped because of its sporting merits and not military. I say that this hype is completely bogus and not genuine. Second, the argument that I want to lay before the panel is the amount of economical loss hype very knowingly create. Who is unaware of those visuals of some uncles throwing their TVs out on the roads and burning them? I used to get shocked when I was kid that how can someone can destroy their own property just for the sake of a cricket match. Well, I do understand it now. They are not just matches. They are mocha for to avenge everything that they think is taken away from their neighboring nation. Thirdly, I am very much disappointed by the treatment because it is just a marketing strategy to gain popularity and nothing else. There is no additional great values for popularity. Still, it has all the hype because the marketers want to link the never existing Indian Pakistan political issues to the cricket match. Even from the past, if most India Pakistan matches have been fairly one sided. Let us put our hand in World Cup 2003 match was fairly one sided. But the mad hype around it was the greatest match ever played. At the end, I will wrap up my argument by saying that ideally a match should be decided by the quality of game it is played and not based on the politics around it. That was all from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll call upon Rishabh Kumar for against the motion.
Yeah, present. So, good evening, panel. Good evening, panel.
I'll be starting my
Three, two,
debate.
one.
I'll be starting my debate.
See,
One.
the House has said that it regrets that India-Pakistan cricket match is overhyped.
See,
I would
the
like
House
to
said
counter
that
this,
India-Pakistan cricket match is
my speech will
overhyped.
be
I would like to
concluded
counter
under
this,
several points, including,
and my
firstly,
speech will begin
introduction,
under
the
several
revenue
points,
model,
including
the
firstly
cricket and
introduction, the
politics,
revenue model,
social media
the
fun and
cricket
trolling,
and politics,
emotions and
social media fun
attachment,
and trolling,
recent cricket
emotions
matches,
and
and the
attachment.
way to show domination on healthy grounds, and also a sense of pride. So, panel, cricket in South Asia, especially in India,
Cricket in
Pakistan,
South
and
Asia,
Bangladesh,
especially
is
in India,
really
Pakistan,
popular
and
and
Bangladesh,
is
is
huge.
really
It's
popular
even
and is
greater
huge.
than the
It's even
football
greater than
viewership
the
in
football
Europe,
viewers.
with over a billion people devotedly following their teams. In India Pakistan rivalry is even bigger than
I think
Argentina
yours,
versus
no?
Brazil match, and the
Alternating.
viewership 5 to 6 times,
Rishabh.
and it's even more. It is said that it is like a final before the final, and no team
Even
wanted
more.
to lose it.
To
Rishabh.
lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
No. I think your voice is attenuated. Is it same for for
Can I
same everyone?
restart?
Can I restart?
No, it's lagging for everyone.
Oh yeah, fine. Oh yes, Rishabh. I didn't hear the first part and the middle part where
Can
you
I
began.
restart?
Please
Can
restart.
I restart?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please check your audio once again. Now it's clear.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine. You can continue.
So I'll be
Yes.
structuring my
So I'll be structuring my speech over several points. First of all, I'll be introduction. Then there will be revenue model. Then there is cricket and politics, enthusiasm and spirit for the game, social media fun, recent cricket matches, the way to show domination on the healthy ground, and a sense of proud.
Cricket in South
Panel.
Asia,
Cricket
particularly
in South
India,
Asia,
Pakistan, and
particularly in
Bangladesh,
India,
is
Pakistan,
very
and
huge.
Bangladesh,
It's
is
as huge
very
as
huge. It's
football
as huge
in
as
Europe.
football
In fact, bigger, with over a billion
in
people
Europe. In
devotedly
fact,
following
with
their
over
teams.
a billion people
India-Pakistan
devotedly
rivalry
following their
is
teams.
even bigger than
India-Pakistan
Argentina and
rivalry
Brazil matches.
is
It
even
is
bigger
said
than
it is
Argentina
like
and Brazil matches.
it is
It is
said
said
it is
it
like
is
a
like a
final before the
it is
final,
said
and
it is
no
like a
team
final
wanted
before
to
the final,
lose it.
and no team
Uh,
wanted to lose it.
since it's a
Uh,
huge and thus
since it's a
created a big
huge and
opportunity
thus
for
created a
the
big
revenue
opportunity
in
for
various
the
sectors like
revenue
advertising,
in
TV, and OTT
various
telecast,
sectors,
growth,
advertising
ground
TV
staff
and
salaries,
OTT
and various
telecast,
other
growth,
produced like
ground staff
t-shirts and other
salaries, and
merchandise.
various other produced
In
and
India,
other
Pakistan,
merchandise.
both cricket is
In India,
considered as a religion
Pakistan,
and
both
give chance
cricket
to
is
showcase
considered
the
as a
political
religion and give chance
and
to showcase the
patriotic
political and patriotic
sense. The hype is so great
sense.
that India versus
The hype is
Pakistan
so
Asia
great
Cup
that
match,
India
all tickets
versus
are sold in
Pakistan
just
Asia
three
Cup
hours,
match, all
and
tickets
brand
are
gets
sold in
profited
just three
from this
hours,
high
and
TRP.
brand gets
We have
profited
seen
from
how
this high
several
TRP.
cricketing
We
startups
have
are
seen
coming
how
up in
several
India and
cricketing
profited
startups
by
are
this.
coming up in India and profited by this.
For a minute of advertisement, the
For
cost
a
is
minute of
over 1 crore to
advertisement,
2
the
crore.
cost is
Next, I'll
over
be
1
covering the
crore to 2
cricket
crore.
and politics.
Next, I'll be
In
covering the
India,
cricket and
since after
politics.
the
In India, since
2008
after the
attacks, India and Indian
2008
government
attacks,
has cut
Indian
bilateral
government
ties
has cut
with Pakistan.
bilateral ties and
Thus, number of
cricket
matches
ties with
played between these
Pakistan.
two countries
Number
are
of
very
matches
less,
played
which
between these
itself
two countries
created
are
more
very less,
hype,
which
as
itself
more
created
people
more
wanted to
hype, as
see the
more
matches,
people
but
wanted to see the
amount
matches, but
available
the
of matches are very less.
amount available
So
of
India and
matches are very
Pakistan,
less. So India
both
and
peoples
Pakistan,
so this
both
automatically
people's
creates a hype,
so
and
this
also there is some
automatically
very
creates
sense
a
of
hype,
history
and
waiting
also